It's Monday morning of Holy Week, last week of Jesus' life. On Palm Sunday yesterday, Jesus rode in, made that triumphal entry into Jerusalem on a colt. Then he heads back to Bethany and Bethpage for the night to stay. The next day, he returns to Jerusalem and he heads to the temple courts. We're going to pick up in Mark chapter 11 and verse 15 and see how the story goes. On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and he began to drive out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves and would not allow them to carry merchandise through the temple courts. Now, why this is significant? Why did Jesus care what was going on? Well, first of all, he is in the outer courts of the temple. People are everywhere. It's the court of the Gentiles. The way the temple worked is there were these different layers. On the outer courts, anyone could go. The next level in, the Jews could go. The next level in, the religious leaders, and so on until you got to the Holy of Holies, where only the high priest could go. So they're in the outer courts. And the people that are selling things there are selling sacrifices. If someone travels a long distance to get to Jerusalem, and they're going to go to make a sacrifice, you can't very well carry a lamb or your animals or doves all that way. The people at the temple were selling those items they could sacrifice, and they're doing it for a high price. They were taking advantage of these people. And then he talks about money changers. Now, why would people be needing to change money? Isn't it one big country? Well, yes and no. It's part of the Roman Empire, but some things happened before we get to the New Testament that we need to remember. There was this thing called the diaspora, kind of like where the Jews were dispersed all over the known world. You can go back to the Assyrians. They came in and they destroyed the northern kingdom in 722 years before Christ. And then after that, the Babylonians came in 586 BC and destroyed the temple and tore it down. And all the Jews were dispersed all over the ancient world. So these people are coming from all over the place. They have different cultures now. They have different backgrounds from different places and different money. So when they come to the temple, they have to exchange money. But what they're coming to is a rebuilt temple. They're coming to what God did. God delivered them again. God provided for them one more time. They're celebrating the Passover, where their people were delivered in Egypt. They're at the temple where God provided for them again, and now they believe the Messiah is coming into town and God's going to save them and deliver them one more time. And then Jesus says, "Is it not written, my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations, but you've made it a den of robbers." A house of prayer for all nations, not just the nation of Israel, but everybody. We're all about to be a part of the family of God. We're all about to have access to the Father in just a few days. Jesus is foretelling what's going to happen. And then in verse 18, this is when the story first begins to turn. It's Monday morning. The chief priests and the teachers of the law heard this and began looking for a way to kill him because they feared him, because the whole crowd was amazed at his teaching. When evening came, Jesus and the disciples went out of the city, and then they go back up to Bethpage. This is such a significant thing. This is where the story turns. Jesus is a threat to power now. These are the people that are in power. These are the people that run everything. They run the religion. They run the local government, education. Everything flows through religion here. And these religious leaders see this guy who might be the Messiah come, and they plan to kill him because they're scared of him. They don't understand the power that he brings. But what they really didn't know was that Sunday was coming.